I think Giannis is the guy that they, along with a lot of other teams, have made really strong offers for, had strong discussions for, whatever you want to call it. I think the Warriors' offer right now would probably be better than anything else that's out there, but it just comes down to Milwaukee.
Ramona, where do the Warriors fit into this conversation about Giannis?
Yeah, look, they have up to 4 first-round draft picks that they can offer. They have Kuminga. You already know these things. I don't think anybody can beat the number of draft picks they can put in right now and Kuminga if Milwaukee likes Kuminga and some other contracts they'd have to put in to make this deal work. But to me, it's up to Milwaukee. Like, do they want to make a trade now? I know there's a lot of pressure on them, just because of how badly their season is going, and they want to do right by Giannis and et cetera. But if I'm Milwaukee, I just don't know why you need to be in a hurry. Like, your season's already done. You're 12. Giannis is hurt. You got to keep your draft pick. I don't think the best return for Giannis is right now. I think it's this summer when, only one team is going to win, so the teams that don't win are now more motivated to go out and get him. So I think it's really just up to the Bucks. And if they decide to move him now, I think the Warriors are in a very good position because they're being very aggressive, and they have been for years, right? And they do have a compelling offer in terms of the number of draft picks they can offer young players.
Is there any backlash if part of that offer is trading a wounded Jimmy Butler? Do players look at that and say, you did him dirty, or is that not really a thing?
I don't think they would. I don't know that Butler's the answer here. I know people think that because of the salary match, et cetera, but I don't think they have to put Jimmy in the deal. And even if Jimmy goes out in some deal, I wouldn't consider that doing him dirty. I think they like Jimmy. I think the reality is you're in Steph's late prime, the golden years. Everybody would understand why you want to give Steph another chance. The question of how, where would Jimmy go or something, I think that matters. But I think they want Jimmy back next year. And I think I would bet on Jimmy, man. I think that guy's going to come back and be just fine. He works so hard. He's been a good presence in that locker room. I don't think they're looking to do that.
Okay, so if they're going to put an offer together and Jimmy's not in it, how do they make the salaries match?
It's got to be some combination. I mean, it's obviously you got to do all the picks.
Right.
Kuminga, that's 21st. So you got to find. I don't know. Is that I don't know what that would be, but I would just look at the other guys making 20-something million or 10 or 15 million. They could invite, Buddy Hield types that make a fair amount of money, right?
I mean, Ramona, this is Draymond.
Doesn't get you there.
This is Draymond. I mean, are the Warriors doing that?
I don't think that would fit what the Bucks are trying to do.
Right.
So if there's a Draymond component, I don't think he would stay in Milwaukee. I don't think that's the deal right now, though. I think it's obviously centered around. There's a lot of ways they can get there, Mark. Like, there's a lot of ways you can put a bunch of contracts together and get to the number you need to get to.
What do you, and I'm not going to say what do you know, but I could say what do you know.
What she finds out.
What do you feel like you or we all know about what Giannis wants in terms of a destination?
Well, the reason why he's not happy in Milwaukee is because they don't have a chance to win, right? And I think there's a lot of any team with him on it has a chance to win, but the Bucks are really in purgatory. They've just exhausted all their assets. I don't think there's much they can do. So I think what Giannis wants is he wants a chance to win right now. Like, you got to have a good team right now, and that changes the teams that will be available. Now, my sense is there's a lot of teams that he would want to go to that are not necessarily involved right now. Right? Because they're trying to win right now. They're really close to winning right now. And I wonder if that changes in the offseason because only one of those teams can win. So that's why I just keep – my gut tells me this doesn't happen now. This happens in the offseason because in Milwaukee, you get one chance to do this, right? It's a generational talent. Even if you don't want to trade him, you probably have reached the end of the road here. So make sure you get the best return and don't do anything under duress.
Yeah, and I guess there's no duress now because, as you said, they are heading toward the lottery, and he's hurt, quote unquote, and so he's not going to play. How much are they going to be motivated to make sure he goes to the Western Conference?
I don't see that. I think I know they already did that once, right? They handed Boston a championship with that Drew Holiday trade. But I think you just got to get the best return. I mean, Windhorst had a good point earlier. Who's done this the best in recent memory? And I think the Thunder are the team that's probably done this the best in terms of getting the maximum return for, a really good player in that Paul George trade. Oh, my gosh, right? And they had maximum leverage, and it was over the summer because, they kind of sold it as you got to trade for Paul in order to sign Kawhi as a free agent. It was an unbelievable leverage play by the Thunder, by everyone involved, by Toronto. Does something like that materialize now? I don't see the leverage play now, but I do see something like that over the summer.
By the way, I don't want to do this entire conversation and it's only about Giannis. What are you hearing with regard to the Warriors' general situation over the next week and the Jonathan Kuminga situation?
I would say the Warriors are always they've been looking for an impact five, somebody at that stretch five kind of position, somebody who can impact the game in that way for a while. So, that's worth monitoring. Some of those people who would fit that category. Porzingis is a name. I don't know. What do you think of that? He hasn't played. He's hurt, but he's really good when he does play. That's something. Vucevic was a guy we talked about last year. I mean, those are very wide differences from talking about Giannis. All right,
for sure.
But I think that's the level they're involved, and I think they're open-minded on a lot of different things just because of the Butler injury.
But would they hesitate to do something now because they would be giving up assets that they need in order to go after Giannis in the summer?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to it. I would say that Giannis is the prize, right? But it's really I think they're going to. Let me phrase it like this. I think Giannis is the guy that they, along with a lot of other teams, have made really strong offers for, had strong discussions for, whatever you want to call it. I think the Warriors' offer right now would probably be better than anything else that's out there, but it just comes down to Milwaukee.
And outside,
what does Milwaukee want to do? What do they want?
Yeah.
And when do they want it? And that's what makes me think about Kuminga. So if the Giannis thing is not going to happen until the offseason, how motivated will the Warriors be to try to do something with Jonathan Kuminga in the next 9 days?
I don't sense a huge motivation there. I know that's not what anyone wants to hear. I think they would like to get that done, I guess, but there's still this idea that he's really good. And they don't want to trade him for nothing. And I think his value has gone down because of how this season has gone, because of how his season has gone. But they don't have to do anything. And he still has a lot of value next year, too, because of the way they structured that contract. That's why they held out so long to get that team option on the second year.
Mike Dunleavy had that quote about
amazing quote.
Right for there to be a demand, there needs to be demand.
Devastating quote.
Well, no,
we did a whole show on it, Ramona.
Yeah, it's a great quote for us. Woo! But what's your perspective on that? Is there no demand around the league, or is that a smokescreen?
There's not much demand. He's right. I mean, look, Sacramento still likes him, but they're not going to give you even what they offered over the summer, right? I don't. Phoenix, I don't think that's there anymore because they're having a good year without him, and I don't think they want to shake anything up really. So, there's teams that like him, but are they going to give you anything good? Not really. Not with the way he's played and how badly this has gone this year. But in the summer, when you have a team option and it's sort of like a $24 million tax relief situation, it's pretty valuable.
Yep.
It's a really smart contract they signed him to. There's a reason they fought for it.
Is the situation workable beyond the trade deadline, or does Jonathan and his agent Aaron Turner, do they get even more kind of squawky?
I mean, it's just going to continue to be yucky. The fact that he got this bone bruise now, so he's out for a while. I mean, I don't know. Do I think he'll go full Jimmy Butler and get fined for not showing up to games. I don't know, but he's friends with Jimmy, so maybe. Like, how bad can it get? I don't know.
Yeah.